Hey there! My name is Michelle and today I'm going to demo my Rails portfolio project for Flatiron School. For this project, I built a CRUD app that allows users to create trips as well as rate and review the cities that they've been to. I've already started my Rails server, so I'm going to jump right over here to my browser. This is the home page of my app, and from here you have a few different options to log in or sign up. I'm going to start with the sign up by email option. And I have some validations built in here to make sure that you don't try to sign up with an email address that someone else is already using. So if I try to do that, I should get an error message. And I do. So I'm going to put in a different email address. Great, and that time I was able to successfully create the account. So I'm going to log out for just a second because I want to show the login with Facebook option. So I actually have Facebook already open in another window, so it recognizes me. So all you need to do is click on this button, and then it's able to use my Facebook data to create an account. So once again, I'm going to log out because I want to show the login with email option. And then here, I'm going to put in an email for an account that I previously created. Great, and it was able to log me in. So when you log in successfully, it takes you to the user homepage where you can see the total number of trips that you've added. You can see the last trip that you added, which in this case was Los Angeles. This right here, the View My 5-Star Trips, this is a scope method that I added that is able to identify all of the trips that I created that I gave 5 stars to. And return to the home page. I can also see all of my trips, so these are all of the trips that I've already added. From here, I can click on any individual trip, let's say Paris, and I can see all of the details about that trip that I previously entered. I'm going to go back to this previous page, back to all of my trips, and I'm going to go ahead and add a new trip. And from this form, you have to add a city, and you have the option to either choose an existing city, or you can create a new city and then associate it with a country that already exists, or you can add a new country. So one thing I want to show are some of the validations that I have here. So let's say I try to add London, which I previously created a trip for. I should get some error messages. So I actually get a few errors. One, this city was already added to my trip, so it won't allow me to add a duplicate, and also the rating can't be blank. So I'm going to fix some of these errors. So let's choose a different trip. I don't think I've added Rome yet. So I'm going to choose that. Let's see, I'll give it a rating of 4. And this time it was able to add the trip, and now you can see it added to my list of trips. And then for any trip that I've added, let's say I want to go ahead and edit the Rome trip that I just added because I changed my mind about something. So you can update any field when you want to edit a trip except for the city name, because I didn't think that you should be able to edit a city name for a trip that you've already created, but all of the other fields can be updated. Let's say I want to change the must-see attraction to the Spanish Steps. And great, and so now the must-see attraction has been updated for Rome. And then in addition to the trips views, I have some other views that I've added. If you click on here, you can see all of the different cities that people have added to their trips. And then you can click on any individual city to get more information on it, to see some of the people who've been there and what their reviews were. And then if I go back here, I also want to show that this here is another scope method, what's our most popular city. So if I click on this, you can see that London, England is the most visited city, and it has been visited 4 times by our travelers. And then if I go back here, another thing I want to show is that if you wanted to add a new city outside of the new trip process, you can click on this, and this will allow you to add a new city, say Amsterdam. Great, and that has been added here to the list of cities. You can see it hasn't been rated yet. And then let's say you click on the city, like Amsterdam, and if you haven't already added it to your trips, you'll get this message, been to Amsterdam, added to your trips. So this will take me to a new trip form, and it's already passed through the city name, so I don't have to re-enter that. Let's give it a rating of 4. And you can now see that Amsterdam has been added to my list of trips. Some other views here, you can look at all countries, and then you can click on any individual country and you can see all of the cities from that country that have been added, and you can see how many reviews and how many travelers have added Paris. And then if we go here to travelers, you can see all of the different people that have added accounts on the site and who've already added trips. And then this here is another scope method. If I click on this, who's taken the most trips, it lets me know that our most active traveler is Nancy, and Nancy has posted about 7 trips. And then I think the last thing that I want to show is if I go back to, let's say, my trips. Let's click on Los Angeles. Let's say for whatever reason I had previously added this trip, but I no longer want to keep it in my list of trips. I can delete it. And now Los Angeles is gone from my list of trips, but the rest of my trips remain. And then when I'm done, I can just log out, and that will take me back to the home page. So that is pretty much it. That is my Rails travel app, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks. Bye.